My name is Steve from Las Vegas, and these are my adventures. Today we're heading into Black Gate Canyon to further investigate the Kenny Veach disappearance, so I wanted to give you a really quick mission briefing before we hit the trails. Our main focus has been an area that I call the Lower Sheep Range, where Kenny specifically mentioned hiking. Kenny also hiked and camped in an area that I call the Upper Sheep Range, which is extremely vast and rugged. The Black Gate Canyon hike is just below these areas and goes into the Upper Sheep Range. It's a well-known area to hike but gets extremely rugged and steep towards the end. It's a difficult route, but to leave no stone unturned, this was our focus, and I will say that it was one of the most dangerous and physically demanding hikes I've ever done. What made this even more dangerous was how extremely remote it was, deep in the mountains. It was an intense adventure, so if you're ready to hit the trails, Death Hike, Black Gate, starts in 3, 2, 1.
There's someone putting it here. Take our time. Yes! Okay. 5:30 in the morning, Saturday, June 18th, 2022. We're here at the Desert National Wildlife Refuge. You know what we're doing here. We're looking for clues in the Kenny Veach disappearance. Today we're going to head down Joe May Road towards the Kenny Veach mine, but we're not going to the mine, we're not going to the mountains that we've been searching in the past. Today we're going in the opposite direction into Black Gate Canyon. Yes, Black Gate Canyon. This is an area that's between the Joe May Canyon and Gas Peak, so Kenny almost certainly hiked in that area. So we're going to do the Black Gate hike today and see if we can find any clues whatsoever in Kenny's disappearance. Temperature showing 71, there's a slight breeze, so it's actually turned out to be a pretty good day to start off for hiking, even though it's 6 o'clock in the morning. There is a heat advisory for the Las Vegas Valley, so we're at a little bit higher elevation and things shouldn't be too bad up here. Out there is the Joe May Canyon. That's the Kenny Veach mine about 3 miles that way. We're not going to be going out there. Out there, this mountain range here, this has been and will continue to be my focus as to where Kenny Veach was. But like I said, we're going to try something a little bit different today. Where we're going is out here, Black Gate Canyon. You can see the trailhead right here. This is where we're going to start. We're going to head out there. Should be about 2.5 miles each way, and at the end of this canyon there should be a pretty hefty climb to the top of a mountain that should give us some breathtaking views. But again, I don't know what I'm going to find out there. Never been out there. So before we head out, first thing I'm going to do is check our gear really quick. We've got the ham radio, gator sunglasses, phone fully charged, mechanics gloves, boonie hat. Our camelback here, we've got a full water bladder. In our main section, we've got a flashlight, the Fenix LR35R night sun in case you're running any caves or anything that needs a flashlight. This thing is bright. A little bit extra food, freeze-dried food, water, binoculars, survival kit, same thing you've seen in the other videos. And of course, last but not least, our ever-present Smith & Wesson J-frame 357 Magnum. You can't be too safe out here. And whether it's 4-legged or 2-legged predators, you've got to keep yourself protected. So without further ado, let's hit the trailhead and head out there and see what we can find in Black Gate Canyon. All right, here's the trailhead for Black Gate Canyon. Heading out here to the path. Where it leads us, nobody knows. As always, my videos are unplanned and unscripted. What you're seeing is whatever happens as it happens. Unplanned, nothing is staged, 100% real. Can't guarantee my videos will always be interesting, but I can guarantee that they will be honest, and what you see is exactly what I saw. Looks like somebody put up some kind of a fence or barrier here, not sure what it is. Whatever these stacked rocks are was done by a person. You can see out there in the Joe May Valley, leading up towards the Kenny Veach mine. This is where we heard the phantom footsteps. So it's kind of a strange, mysterious valley. I don't know if any of that strangeness will carry forth over here to the Black Gate Canyon, but we'll keep our eyes and ears open for sure. The steep incline here is a little bit steeper than expected. It's a little steeper than the Kenny Veach mine valley, but it's fine. We're in shape, we'll make it. I checked the GPS and the first point is the Black Gate itself, which should be just in through that pass way up there. So we're gonna navigate up this wash through the open desert into that pass and see if there's an actual Black Gate inside there. And if there is, find out who put the gate there, why is there a gate? So let's press on and see what we can find. There really is no trail. We're just traversing through this open desert here. When you come out to a place like this, you want to make sure your gear is top notch. We've got our Solomon boots, 511 pants, very comfortable, very well suited for this extreme desert environment. It's mid-June. Those beautiful desert flowers are largely gone. Cactuses are here, but you don't see the blooms like you used to see a few weeks ago. Come about a quarter mile or so from the truck, and it's all uphill, uneven terrain, so it's a little bit of a challenge. Where we're going is in that valley right up there. That should be Black Gate Canyon. There's somewhere in there should be a Black Gate, and at the end should be a mountain with breathtaking views. Thank God it's cloudy, a little overcast. The sun's not quite up yet, so let's keep on going before it gets too hot. This is one of these cool desert cactus bushes. You can see the sharp spines there, so you don't want to really touch them. From a distance, they're beautiful looking. Probably when you brush up against this and get these spines in your leg, you're going to be a world of hurt. And that goes for these yucca trees as well. These are like needles, so you want to try to avoid these at all costs as well. Beautiful but deadly. According to GPS, we're about halfway from the trailhead to the Black Gate. If it is a Black Gate or just a land feature, I don't know. But man, if this uphill incline is no joke. Over uneven terrain, this is not an easy hike. I couldn't imagine doing this in the brutal summer heat. It's mid-June, so it is getting hot in Las Vegas Valley, but fortunately we found one day where the weather's pretty decent for hiking. So let's continue on, get as far as we can, and out of here before the sun hits. I'm assuming somebody put as a marker instead of a cairn, but they should put arrow, but I'm guessing that's the way. According to GPS, that is the way, so let's press on. More cactus. You can see the flowers already wilting. Spring is almost over, summer is approaching fast, so that's fairly normal. Heading up this canyon, you can see some rock slides. Oftentimes when you see like little piles of rocks, loose rock over there, that could be evidence that there's a mine or a cave there, something dug it out. I'm not going to overexert myself and walk all the way up to things like that. But if I can see it, if it looks interesting, I'll pull out the binoculars, and if it's worth a hike, I'll certainly do it. Otherwise, we're going to press on up here to this Black Gate, and you can see how far we've come so far. It's quite a ways. Probably almost a mile, I'm guessing. Showing about 600 feet elevation gain, which isn't a lot, but I mean on this uneven terrain, it actually is. So let's press on and keep heading towards this Black Gate. All right, here's a cross somebody made in the ground. I'm guessing it's some sort of a marker. Not sure what it means. You can see where we came from and where we're going. We're almost to the Black Gate location up there in this valley, and that's where we got to go. So I'm guessing this is a marker of sorts. Clearly people have been out here, but it's not an easy hike. It's really rugged, and this is not a place you want to be when the sun is brutal and beating down. It's nice right now, but as the afternoon drags on, that's going to be a very different story. Hope to be out of here by then. Just checking real quick to make sure we're on the right track, and we are. You can see there's actually got 2 bars, 1 or 2 bars of 5G, so we do have cell signal. But as we get into that Black Gate Canyon up there, I'm not so sure. So let's press on and keep going. The terrain's changing. We've come quite a ways, probably close to 1,000 feet elevation gain. So the terrain is a lot different for the desert lowlands. You can start to see trees, and getting close to these mountains, very different terrain than where we started out from. It's a lot cooler up here too, but you can hear the wind and the calmness out here. you could see the highway way down here. Where we are is very much alone. So if something happens out here, there's an accident, you could die away from friends and family, very much alone and by yourself, which is why I'm going to do my best to be careful and not take any unnecessary risks. I've got plenty of gear and still have a cell signal, but yeah, this is a very remote place, and it's technically it's a dangerous hike, so we're just going to be careful, but we are going to press on. The Black Gate should be just up here a little bit. It's kind of hard to tell by looking at it, but there's another little valley behind this this rock hill right here. I'm not going to go to it because the GPS says we need to go this way, but just goes to show you there's vast amounts of place to explore, and you can't even tell by looking that there's a valley back there, but there is behind this this section of rocks. So let's press forward up here, coming into the mountains. Maybe we'll see some caves or something, I'm not sure, but let's press on. So here's something I didn't see in the satellite. This is a agave burn pit. Something the Native Americans used to burn the yucca plants, agave hearts, for food. And you can tell it looks like a big dugout area. You can see a lot of these white bleached rocks. But yeah, this is that's what this is, and they're all over the place out here. So this is a place where Native Americans used to live a long time ago, hundreds of years ago. You never know what you'll find out here in the desert, so keep your eyes peeled. As always, if you see something I don't mention in the comments, I'm watching where I'm going. But a lot of you, I love your comments. You found a lot of things that I didn't, so you never know. Just keep your eyes open and let's see what we can see. All right, really quick, I took a break here and I made my initials here on the path where I'm going. So if you hike out here to Black Gate Canyon, you see my initials, you watch my videos and saw this, take a screenshot, tag me on social media, SB Vegas Adventures, and you'll know that you were here where I was, and more than likely Kenny Veach was here as well. But that's it, that's me, and we're going to press on. But like I said, if you're out here in Black Gate Canyon, you see this SB, take a picture, tag me on social media, and it'd be kind of interesting. You'll know exactly where I was. Let's press forward and move on. 7 a.m. We've been hiking about 1.5 miles, and it has not been an easy hike. It's been all uphill to rough terrain, and we've reached what I believe is the Black Gate. I was somewhat expecting there to be an actual gate out here, but clearly there's no gate. And why would there be? There's no roads, no paths, no trails. It's just open desert. But this rock and this rock over here, it's almost like a gate, and the rocks are kind of black, so maybe that's what they talk about when they're talking about a Black Gate. So it doesn't look like there's an actual gate out here, but we're getting into a slightly wooded area, so we've got to keep our eyes peeled and for anything unusual. And like I said, Kenny Veach was almost certainly in this canyon at one point in time, so if there's any evidence of disappearance, your guess is as good as mine. We'll keep our eyes open and see what we can find. So let's press on and see if we can get to the end of this canyon and see if it's possible to hike up to the top of the hill. It may be too much of a push for something to do alone, but we'll find out soon enough. So let's press forward. Quiet and peaceful in this canyon. Still somewhat of a wash we're hiking up, and it's still an uphill incline. So it's not too hard, but it's not that easy of a hike either. Come through these trees, we're just trying to keep our eyes peeled for anything interesting, and watching where we're stepping. It's a little overcast and breezy, not really brutal hot, so I don't expect to see snakes or reptiles out. They usually come out to sun themselves when the sun's out. Animals, you never know what you'll run into. I haven't seen too many. I haven't seen any today other than a few birds. So let's keep pressing on and see if we can find anything interesting out here in Black Gate Canyon. So the terrain's getting a little rougher here, so we gotta watch our step over some of these dead trees and loose rocks. Like I said before, there is no path or trail, so we gotta make our own and just be careful and watch where we're going. It's 7:20 a.m. and it's a cool breeze, much cooler than I expected. I'm really thankful for that. But it's still some uneven terrain that we're hiking over. Of course, it's all uphill. You can see way down there is where we came from. And I'm guessing this kind of valley there is the proverbial Black Gate, so no actual gate out here. Not that I expect there to be one. And up there, there might be a way to get up on top of that ridge, but I think it's going to be too strenuous. So we're going to go a little more further up there and see if we can find a way to get up there, any other interesting points or vantage points to get a good view. So let's press on. Alright, so I did say this is a somewhat common hike, even though it's fairly strenuous, not easy, but you can see a rock cairn here that somebody built. Clearly we're going in the right direction for something. But people put these as markers. Sometimes park rangers do. Looks like there might be some good vantage points up there, so if anything, on the way back we may head up there and see what we can see. But let's press forward through this rugged underbrush and see if we can get to the end of this canyon. Getting a little tired because it's all uphill, but clearly we're going the right way because here's another rock cairn. Somebody stacked. So let's press forward and see where this path will lead us, even though it's not really a path, it's just a wash. You can hear the wind blowing, and it's really peaceful here in this canyon, Black Gate Canyon. So far I haven't seen anything, some rock cairns, you know, some markers where people have been. It's a strenuous hike, but it's not that bad. So we've got a little bit more ways to go. And I'll tell you what, I've talked about strange feelings and phantom footsteps. I don't get that here in this valley. Picture Canyon and the Jome Canyon Valley, Kenny Veach mine area, to get a strange feeling out there. So that mountain range out there, I suspect that's where Kenny will be found if he's out here. Did he come out to Black Gate Canyon? It's hard to say. I don't think he did, but because this is between Gas Peak and the mine, it is almost certain that he came out here at one point in time. So that's what we're looking for. And you're not going to find somebody by looking the same place you always look. You're going to find somebody by looking off the beaten path, and that's what we're trying to do here. So let's press forward and keep on hiking. It's pretty much uphill, so it's going to be a lot easier going down. That'll be great. But we've got a little bit more ways to go to reach the end of the valley here, or the end of this canyon. And we'll see if there's anything interesting out there along the way. It narrows out around here on this bend. So we'll head up here and yeah, I'm not climbing a sure cliff face. Just keep on going. It's clear this is a wash created by rushing water, which doesn't happen very often. When it does happen, it washed a lot of this debris down. There's a monsoon rain season here in the Las Vegas Valley, but we haven't had rain for quite a while. Certainly not enough to be considered a monsoon. Some of these trees are unstable, so you got to be careful where we step. Definitely getting narrow here. I'm fairly certain we're in the right direction. Keep on going. I might be able to get up a little ways, looks like. And how far, it's extremely rugged here in this wash. Let's see, do we go this way up loose rocks or this way over the log? I'm gonna opt to go over the log. So head up this way. Yeah. rough stuff, but we'll make it. Well, an umbrella just hanging there. 2 miles from civilization. Somebody's umbrella. Why would somebody put their umbrella there? Doesn't look like it's been here too long. Because it's not deteriorated or faded by the sun, so it's somewhat recent. Hasn't rained, so I'm only guessing they brought it to shield themselves from the sun. What else can we find out here? Let's press forward. I'd love to get all the way to the top of those hills up there, those cliffs, but if it's too rugged, I'm not gonna push myself too far. We might be able to get up there. In fact, that might be preferable to get to the vantage point up there, so I think that's what we're gonna do. You know what? I'm gonna roll film for this, so hold on, let's try to get up there. Over here. I really would like to get a better vantage point. Look at that. Alright. Well, slippery rocks. Shit. Well, anything worth doing is not going to be easy. Okay. Okay. That's why I keep this GoPro tethered. All right. Let's see. We can get up there just a little ways. See some rocks will be an excellent viewpoint. But going through this little wash here might be a little too rough. I think we'll get a better idea of where we need to go up there, those rocks. It's just almost vertical climbing up this. And very slippery, so worst case scenario, we may be sliding down, but I'm gonna try to avoid that. Let's try to get these rocks right here, and that'll make things a little bit easier. Yeah, I am crawling on hands and knees, sure, 2 hands and 2 legs. Still managing to hold the GoPro near vertical hill and loose rocks that I keep sliding down, but I'm making it slowly but surely. All right, pull myself up a little. There. Let's get to that rock vantage point right there, and then hopefully be a little bit easier. All right, let's give it a jump. Okay, okay, almost there, almost there. I knew this wouldn't be easy, and it's not. Okay, we did it. You weren't expecting an easy hike, were you? I know I wasn't. Take a break for a moment here. Back down there, I lost one of my gloves when I took a quick break, and I think I know kind of where it is. If not, gloves are cheap and easy to replace, but unfortunately climbing up these rocks with 1 pair of gloves sustained a very small minor injury, so I'm going to put a Neosporin, a Band-Aid on it, and Like I said, it's very minor, but the kind of thing that get infected, I just don't want dirt to get in there. So that's why we have first aid. All right, all patched up and ready to go. Band-aid to put some tape around that to keep things in place. It's just a very minor scratch. I just don't want to get infected. Out here, who knows? You brush up against rocks or something. I learn something every time I'm out here. And what I learned this time is, look, bring your gloves, but bring extra gloves. Because like I said, I dropped one out there somewhere. I don't know where it is. I have an idea where it is. We'll try to find the way back. If not, I've got a spare pair back at home. But from now on, I'll be carrying a spare pair of gloves with me just in case. So let's press on. We don't have much further to go. I'm going to be very careful climbing up, but you could see it's really difficult getting up here. It's almost vertical. So let's put the pack back on and head up there and see if we can safely get to that vantage point. Okay, what we need to reverse from here is right over here, and we're going to come up this like a ridge line up to those rocks and get on top of those rocks for a good vantage point. See where we are. It's steep, it's dangerous, but it's not that near vertical super loose rocks like there is down there. So let's carefully get up here and maybe get over this brush, use the brush to leverage, and just kind of walk our way up. I'm just gonna roll film. Who knows what's gonna happen. Okay. All right, we're holding onto this brush, carefully getting past it. Trying not to lose our balance. Alright. So it's up here. Can't maintain 4 points of contact. We'll sure maintain 3. Looking for secure footing. Stepping on these hard rocks, and it looks a little bit easier. A little sturdier going this way. It's not that vertical stuff we just had to climb up. Well, that's something we don't want to put our hands on. Yeah, we can do this. What a view, we're not even at the top yet. Alright, we're making progress. It's steep, but it's doable. And avoid things like this. You can see how sharp those needles are. These bigger rocks are a lot more sturdy than that stuff we just climbed up back there. It's a heck of a climb, but we'll make it. Yeah, see, there's one hiding right there between some rocks. Put your hand there and yeah, that wouldn't be good. Just right up there. It's not that far. Alright, rest for just a second here. Some of you said, why don't I use a helmet mount or a hat mount or chest mount for the GoPro? Most of the time, it's just as easy to carry it. Yeah, for something like this, it would be easier to have a chest mount or a helmet mount. So, fortunately, a lot of these hikes I do don't have a lot of the super extreme stuff we're doing right now. So for the time being, it's fine. We should take a quick break here, and then we're gonna continue climbing because this is a really strenuous climb. So, You don't overexert yourself. Climb a little rest, climb a little rest, climb a little rest, and then you'll get to the top. Cactus and sharp rocks is what we have to navigate to get to the top of these rocks up here. So let's see if we can find a way up there without falling down, because it's a long way down, but it's not that vertical stuff that we climbed up earlier. So let's see if we can carefully get our way up here without falling. We already had one injury, a very minor one. That's what first aid's for. And I know hiking poles would be good, chest mount GoPro would be good, but you gotta use what you have. It's windy up here. All right, let's get up these rocks carefully. It's a loose section here, so you gotta be real careful here. And hopefully we can get up over there. Looks like footprints, so I'm guessing somebody else was here. Maybe. Footprint right there. Carefully making our way up. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna shut the camera off for this, because I'm gonna need to have all my wits about me and have all four hands, so no filming for this stuff. But it's a good vantage point. You can see a lot of stuff out here. Alright, let's do it. I just want to show you real quick. This is what I'm going to try to climb up. This I think is going to be extremely dangerous. But what I'm going to try to do is get up on these rocks and then climb right up there, just like I said, the stairs, almost vertical to the top of those rocks up there. It may be easier than it looks, but also looks like it could be extremely dangerous, because you could see how high up we are and how big of a drop there is. And I certainly don't want to go sliding all the way down these rocks. That would not be fun. Let's see if we can get up here carefully without getting hurt. I'm going to take my time and be extra careful to watch where I'm putting my feet, because it's a long way down. And we all know what can happen if you have an accident out here in the middle of nowhere. I'm going to try to move this, because this is just in my way. I don't know if I can climb up that, but I'm going to try. It just depends if I can get a good foothold somewhere. It's hard to say. I can't tell if I can or not, so I'm going to try. It looks like I can, but I'm extremely nervous. I'm going to ease myself up, brace myself in between these rocks here, and find a place to put my feet. But it's a long way down. As you can see, I'm doing this with one glove because I dropped the other one somewhere. I can't promise we're going to be able to go down the same way. And it's difficult. My pack kind of makes me out of balance. So what I think I can do is get up here and walk right over there. Carefully and easily. Move some of this loose stuff out of the way. Alright. Just carefully lift ourselves up. Finding a place to get a solid footing and a solid grip. Take our time. Make sure we're not stepping on something that can cause us to lose our balance. Ease our way here and go right up there. All right, now I do see some loose rocks. I'm not going to try not to put my foot on it. Try to kick it out the way if I can. If not, I don't want to put my foot on it, but I am. All right, and there we go. And it looks like somebody else had climbed up here before, because I could see some like disturbed rocks. Look how far down that is. So let's get up here. And I don't want to come down the same way. I want to find an easier way down. So 1 foot there. And get a good handhold. Gee, straight up rock climbing. Test the rocks first. Grab over here. Lift ourselves up. Get some of the loose crap out the way. Lift yourself up one step at a time. And there. Hello, Mr. Cactus. Good day to you. We prefer not to be poked. Thank you very much. Look at that vertical stuff we just climbed up. Is that nuts? And we're doing this by ourselves. I know, it's crazy. So let's come up this way. This is not as vertical, but it's still some slippery stuff, and you can lose your balance on this. Yeah, look at this. Well, I think there probably is easier ways down. Look like there might be a small cave up there, but I'm not going to get to it. That's nuts. To get to the top of those mountains is doable, but would take several hours, if not half a day, or even an entire day. And it's just not something that I want to do. I'd like to be out of here within the next 2 hours if we can, heading back out down there. But elevation gain, well over 1,700 feet so far, elevation gain. Yeah, and this really steep stuff. So I'm gonna try to go a little further, maybe up on top of this rock here, and see if I can safely get even further up there to get a better view. Come this far, might as well. I thought this was going to be a boring, dull hike. Turns out it's not the case. Let's first get over here to this small saddle. I'm not going to try to climb up there. It's just an unnecessary risk. I'm going to try to come around and see if we can go even further up this hill. Looks like I might be able to. Let's keep going. Well, one thing for sure, getting down is going to be interesting. And at this point, you know as much as I do, so I don't know what's going to happen when we try to get down. It's steep, but it's doable. Looks like some disturbed rock, like footprints or something, so I think somebody else has been here. Yeah, see footprints. Somebody's been here. Somebody or something. Here we go. These are rocks I want to get to the top of, but I think we can get even further. I think we can get all the way up there. We've come a long way. It's kind of windy up here, but it's windy and cool. Feels kind of nice. 2 hours, 2.5 miles, 1,500 feet elevation gain. We're on the top of a hill, part of a mountain, and it's been a dangerous hike. almost vertical getting up these rocks. We've got a little more ways to go. I think we can get up there. So you see those 2 points right there? That's where I'm gonna try to go. If I can get up there, I think that's gonna be good. And it doesn't look too difficult. I mean, it's not easy, it's not too difficult. And I think we'll probably take a breakfast lunch break up there. And then before we start the long trek down, you can see how far down it is. It's a long way down. So let's press on. All right, this section, it's not the small loose rocks, these bigger ones, a little more stable. So walking up isn't too difficult. It's extremely steep. It's not that difficult, but we're trying to get to that point right there, those 2 rocks right there. So once we get to the top, it should be a little bit easier, hopefully, I'm assuming. And once we get to the top, we'll pull out the binoculars and see if there's anything interesting around here. So let's keep on going. We're making progress. We're just there. That's that point, that double rock right there where we're trying to go. That's our goal. We should be able just to kind of walk right up there and be up there not too long. So let's keep going. You can see I'm a little out of breath. It is steep, it's strenuous. Could not imagine doing this in the heat. But it's a little breezy and almost cold at this higher elevation. So let's keep on going and get to the top. Just like going up a set of stairs. Set of stairs is covered with marbles. Look at those rocks. Now to find a way to get on top, if I even can. You can hear the wind whipping through the canyon. I was kind of hoping to get on top of those rocks over there and see the entire Las Vegas Valley, but yeah, that's just too steep. Kind of surprised we made it up this far. So what we got to do now is climb this vertical cliff face that, if we're lucky, it'll be like a set of stairs. Once we get up there at that vantage point, we're going to take a break and have some breakfast. So let's do it. Carefully find our way up without falling. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely a vertical climb, but there's plenty of footholds. I think next time I'm going to bring the head mount for the GoPro for situations like this. I didn't think we'd be climbing steep stuff like this. Maybe over there might be easier than going up here. Carefully find a place to put our feet. Come along this ledge and maintaining at least 3 points of contact at all times. I don't think I'd be hungry out here, but I'm actually getting kind of hungry, and I ate before I left. All right. Let's see if we can carefully get up here. I think we can do it. Got to be careful because you remember, I have just one glove because we lost the other one. I already sustained a very minor injury. Alright, this is going to be a little challenging to get up. Let's watch this rock. Shit. That's why we don't want to fall. And it's tough because there's no place to put our feet. So I'm going to try to clear off the space here and try to lift myself up carefully. Maybe over here? No. There's just no place to put my foot. Look at this. Maybe right there. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Alright, now that was dangerous. But we made it. We made it to the top of these rocks. Yes, we're here, on top. the summit. Well, not the summit, but probably as far as we're gonna go. Look at this. Look at how far down it is. That's a cliff right there. It's cold and windy up here. Man, that's a long way. That's where we came from, right down there. That's nuts. We'll walk around a little bit and see if we see anything interesting. You can see a lot of strange rock formations up here. You don't see the desert floor. Take a look at these lines here. It looks like an ancient ocean used to be here. I'm sure that's just layers of sedimentary rock. But a lot of these areas, nobody's ever been here since the beginning of time. It's difficult to get to, no reason for them to come up here. It's a challenging hike. You see a rock slide over there. There's a cave way over there. See that cave up there? That looks promising. I'm gonna check that out with binoculars, but obviously I'm not gonna hike to it. That's near vertical. That'd be nuts. That would be the kind of thing you want to use to check it out with the drone, but I'll definitely check it out with binoculars. And that's about it. I'd love to get on top of this ridge line up there, but it's just too treacherous and strenuous. You can see that kind of rock slide there, how steep these hills are. I'm gonna take a quick break here and find a place for lunch, and then I think we're gonna head up on top of these rocks over here and see if we can get even higher. If I can get on top of that ridge line, that'd be perfect. I mean, we come this far, might as well try. This little saddle here would be in kind of a nice place to camp, because you've got this big kind of rock structure and this rock structure here shielding you from the wind. Kind of a small tree and a somewhat of a flat ground here. So what we're gonna try to do is find a way to get up there. I'm gonna pass if it's anything really dangerous or strenuous. We shouldn't have taken a chance before. Heading down is gonna be, we may very well have to slide down the whole way, I don't know. But I'm gonna try to find an easy way to get down here. Easier than the way we just came up. So let's go a little further this way and see if we can get up on top of these rocks. Really wasn't expecting to come up these high elevations and doing this serious rock climbing. I didn't know what to expect out here. But it's just something to check. And see this kind of loose, disturbed rock. I'm pretty sure other people have been out here. Was it Kenny? It's hard to say. He may very well have been out here. This is the area he hiked. I see footprints. It's a common hike. I'll put money that Kenny was out here at one point in time. But somebody was for sure. And now we are. So let's get up here and see if we can get around safely. Maybe. Carefully climb this stuff here. All right. What do you think? Can we do it? Now let's turn back. Not, you know, that's not how we roll. Let's get up these rocks and see how we do it. Not only am I doing this with 3 hands and holding the GoPro, but I'm doing it with just one glove. When you climb like this, you got to take your time, find your footing, and then once you've found a secure footing, then lift yourself up. It's a very, very deliberate motion, and it's slow going, because you've got to take your time climbing, because if you don't, it's dangerous and you'll slip and fall. These rocks are sharp and will cut you like a knife. A little bit more. A little bit more. See, we lost our balance there a little bit. Let's go this way. You really got to take your time climbing and make sure you've got secure footing. They're very old animal droppings. Well, maybe up over that way. But I'll tell you what. I've got 10 to 9, a little over 2.5 miles. I'm gonna stop in at breakfast here. This is as good a place as any. All right, taking a well-deserved break here. So far so good. Today's menu is beef stroganoff with noodles, freeze-dried food because it's super easy to carry. And I always bring an extra water bottle for that, just so I don't have to use my Camelback water. I'm gonna wait here and kind of wait for the food to be ready. Eating cold cowboy style, of course, because it's no heating element, which is fine when you're hungry. That's perfectly acceptable. So once that's ready, we're gonna have that. We're gonna see if we can head up any further up in these rocks. If not, we're gonna slowly and carefully start making our way down, because that is some steep stuff. I'm showing a 2,000 foot elevation gain. We're about 7,300 feet right now, and you can see the tops of the mountains. There may very well be a way for us to get to them from here, but I don't think we're going to go that far, and some of the stuff is just too strenuous. So we're going to chill here for a little bit and have our breakfast. I was expecting a brutally hot day, but it's actually pretty cold. So I'm out here just finishing my lunch. I was just eating my lunch and I just heard a gunshot. It sounded like it came down in the valley somewhere, because I heard it echoing. So I'm going to see if I can see anything. I doubt I can. There's somebody down there shooting. It was just one gunshot. And it echoed off this hillside over here. I don't see movement down there. We're about done with breakfast anyway, so let's load up the pack and get moving. We're gonna continue on. I'm all packed up and ready to go. I did just hear what I think is a gunshot. It could have been a rock falling, just naturally a rock falling and hitting the ground out there. I can't tell. It sounded like it could have been a gunshot, and it certainly could have been poachers, which opens up the suggestion, was Kenny Veach killed by poachers and they hit the body and just didn't say anything? That's entirely possible. I don't know. I'm going to try to climb on top of this vantage point if I can get an easy way up. If not, we're going to turn back and start looking for a safe way down out of here. So let's press on and see if we can get across over here. Trying to make sure my laces are tucked in the boot so I don't get tangled on something. I hope that was a boulder falling, not an actual gunshot, because, like I said, that would make me really nervous coming out of here that somebody's possibly armed doing something they're not supposed to be doing. It's supposed to be hot today, but up here at this high elevation, it's darn right cold. Okay, I'm gonna try to get up here. I feel better after eating something. I think I can. I think I can do it. It's coming down, hopefully it'll be all downhill. very treacherous climb here. As you can see how steep it is going down. I've got handholds and footholds, but just carefully trying to find a place to put our hands and feet as we climb up these rocks. It's such a long way down. And that's where we're going up there. Here's one of these little needle cactuses. Look like little hairs, but they're really needles. You want to avoid those. We're about 7,200 feet right now, so we're really high up. And I'm trying to get even higher if I can. Looking for handholds on some of this loose rock. Place to put our feet so we don't slide. 3 points of contact, the phone and the camera. Yeah, I think we can get up there. All right, final stretch. We can do this. Maybe we'll check out over there too. But I think right here is going to be a better vantage point than over there. I don't see anything interesting over there. So we'll make that call once we get to the top up here. Carefully watching her put our foot. And this is high up, 7,200 feet over the Nevada desert. Just carefully making our way up here. Almost there. And that should be about it. Yeah, you can see where we just came from. Gonna come to this little saddle up here, and see what kind of view we have. Yeah, look at that. It is a long way down. Check it out. Look at this rock. That is a long way down. Yeah, I think we can get further. I think we can do it. It's 9:25. It's kind of cold up here, cold and windy, chilly and windy. So I think we can keep going. Look at that. Is that a view or what? Yeah. Look at that. What a view. Let's keep pressing forward. I think we can get even higher. I think we can get that point over there. I don't know at the top of those mountains, maybe. I do see a small cave over there. Now we checked out the caves with binoculars over there. Those are just pocket caves. They don't go in very far. But if I can get down here and kind of traverse up this ridge line here, we might be able to find a way up there on top of those mountains. So let's head over there and see what we can find. But yeah, it is a long way down. That's some sheer cliffs, and if you fall down this stuff, you're gonna get hurt, to say the least. So come back around here, go down, and then up over there. I'm gonna try to come along this ledge here and just go right over there and try to find a way down. How do we come up here? I can't tell. Well, maybe I think we get down to this bottom ledge. That might be better. See, that's the whole point of hiking and climbing like this, is finding that, taking your time to look and find the best, safest, easiest way to get around where you're trying to go. And that's why you got to take your time, step carefully, and just make sure you're making the best decision as far as which way you're going. Which is why I'm gonna take this lower ledge instead of the higher ledge. I don't think this is the way we came up, but I think it's the way we can get down. And yeah, I know we need 2 hands for this, but like I said, worst case scenario, I dropped the GoPro, it's tethered, no problem. Okay. Along these sheer cliffs, these rocks there are falling. And then come over here. I don't see an easy way to get down. I just don't. Okay. Looking over there to see if I can maybe hold on to this tree and climb down. I just don't know if I can. What do you think? Yeah, I think I can do it. It's just really tough. I'm gonna shut off the GoPro because I'm gonna need 2 hands for this. GoPro's getting banged up. As you can see, I didn't make it past that tree. I had my hand on this rock right there and it started moving, and that kind of made me nervous. But we got down, we made it, and it wasn't easy, but we did it. So now what we got to do is just walk right up this ridge line. Try to avoid this extreme rock climbing stuff that we've been doing. You know, my GoPro is scratched up right now, but it's still working. That's what it's designed for, right? Yeah, we'll just come on up here. And that's the thing, it's kind of addicting. Once you get up, you want to ask yourself, how much higher can I get? How much higher can I get? So you keep going to see how much higher you can get. But you still got to get back down. So that's going to be a little tricky. But we got gravity on our side. We're just trying to find the easiest way down, even if we have to do a little bit of sliding. Keep on going. All right, it's cold and windy up on these rocks. There's a breathtaking view. Yeah, it should get significantly easier walking that direction. So let's keep going. Winds are really picking up here, and it's downright cold. $7,400 feet so far. 7,400 feet over the desert floor, or above sea level, that is. And terrain is much different than the desert floor. Now you can see on the hillside over there, there's some sizable caves. I can't tell if they're going very far, and it looks like they don't. But that's exactly the kind of place I would expect to find a cave. So we're gonna take a quick break here, pull out the binoculars and see if there's anything to them. I don't think there is, I think they're just cavities. But I want to show you the view over here on top of these rocks. You can't see Las Vegas because these mountains in the way, but check that out. 7,400 feet. Las Vegas is this way, Indian Springs is that way. In fact, you could see Indian Springs. I don't know if you can see in the video, but you can. That's Creech Air Force Base, Indian Springs. The prisons are out there, Cold Creek, and that's the road to Mount Charleston over there. And these mountains weren't in the way, you could see Las Vegas, but as it is, it's an awesome view. So I don't think I'm gonna go in these rocks. I could, but I'm not going to, simply because the view here is good enough. It's an unnecessary risk, and we're about the point where we can start thinking about heading back, because we are probably about as high up as we're gonna go. I may walk over to the hills over there, but I don't think we're going to go very far up those hills. Although it's quite doable. I may go up a little ways, but not too much. Just no reason to. I don't see anything over there. See, this is 7,400 feet. And right now it's a perfectly flat area. It'd be a fantastic spot to pitch a tent, aside from the winds up here. But I've always theorized that if Kenny Veach is to be found, he's going to be found at a high up, flat spot like this somewhere. Hell, he could even be in those caves over there. I don't even know. This is not the mountain range Well, this is not the area he disappeared. Where he disappeared is just over this hill right here on the next valley over, where the mine was. But again, when he came out and didn't come back, nobody knows where he went. He could have came out here to the Black Gate Canyon. And he'd been out so much, he could have been confused as to where he actually saw the M cave. I mean, like I said, you could see up on the hills over there, some caves up there, but you can't really tell if they're going very far. A drone would be nice, but even a drone, I don't think you'd be able to tell how far those caves go in. I'm gonna come up a little ways and see how far up on this hill I can get. If it's too strenuous, I'm just gonna say screw it, because towards the top there, I could see that it's really some extreme stuff that I'm not gonna mess with today. All right, using the binoculars for some of those caves, and yes, I know you can't see the binoculars. I'm just kind of simulating what it looks like for me looking through the binoculars. But I looked at through them, these Steiner T1028s, and that is a cave, and it looks like it does go in a little bit, but it goes up. So if you were to get over there, you would have to be able to climb up vertically to get in, and even then it may not go very far. But a lot of these pocket caves around here, you know, there's some over here too as well. Really hard to tell how far they go in unless you actually crawl in a little ways. So I'm going to go up this hillside over here and see what I can see. I'm loving this relatively flat area here on the top of these hills. It's so easy just to walk through, no real steep climbs or anything. And the best part is going back should be all downhill. So we're almost at the 3 mile mark. I'm gonna come up just a little bit and then we're gonna turn back. It's almost 10 a.m. and the weather's great for hiking. It's still a little bit overcast, but I'll tell you what, if these clouds pass and the sun comes out, it's gonna get brutal hot out here. The ground's kind of soft here. You could see some kind of animal burrows or something. Something's been digging in the ground. But didn't quite go all the way in. Maybe something looking to make a burrow, I guess, I don't know. Come just a little bit higher, see if there's anything up here. A lot of people think the desert's flat. Have a look around. We're at 7,500 feet. We're almost to the top of these hills, these mountains, and you can see it's an extremely rugged, strenuous climb. So I'm not going to mess with that today. It's 10 a.m. We certainly could. The weather's nice for it, but as of right now, we've been hiking 3 hours, just over 3 miles, probably 3.5 miles, close to actually. And I'm just not going to mess with it because wherever we go today, we've got to come back. So what we're going to do now is the big return back to the truck. So hopefully we can find a safe and easy way back to the truck because there's some rugged terrain. I'll be honest, it's a lot more rugged than I thought it would be. I thought this would be a quick, short, boring hike. Turned out to be one of the most challenging, dangerous hikes I've ever done. So now we just gotta find a way back down this hill and back to the truck safely, and we'll call it a day. So let's, without further ado, head on down here. Now all this loose rock here looks like mine tailings, but it's not. It looks like it's apparently a natural formation. But you'd think or expect to see a mine around here. But at this high elevation, this far out, no, nobody's been out here. This is extremely remote, extremely remote. Remember, where we gassed up was about 20 miles from where we parked the truck. And where we parked the truck is 3 miles, only accessible on foot. And it's not an easy 3 miles either. So coming back down is going to be the key. Here's some animal droppings, apparently fresh. Rabbit or bighorn sheep, one of those two. I forget which kind of animal makes those little pellets. Probably a bighorn sheep, because you can see right here these footprints. These certainly looks like sheep footprints and not people footprints. So this area right here, you'll probably see them before I do, because I'm not watching for animals. I'm watching for the best way to get out of here. But clearly bighorn sheep had been through here fairly recently, so I wouldn't be surprised to see one. But right now this is fairly easy going. If we can keep up an easy route back down to the valley, we'll be doing great. And then once we get down to that main wash, it's all downhill, so it should go smoother and easier. And because it's cool and windy up here, I'm not even sweating. I haven't even come close to drinking all my water. I feel great after having that meal, and I'm ready to get back to the truck, so let's do this. It's downhill, but it doesn't mean it's any less safe. We're just coming down kind of a little mini valley or draw right here. I'm trying to find the easiest way back down. Where we came, I think, was over those rocks over there, kind of on this ridge line here, but we're not going the same way. We're just basically trying to find the easiest way back down to the main valley-way over there. I can get to the bottom here, but my experience is these are usually cut by water, and they're good to follow down, but they can lead to steep drop-offs and cliffs, so that's something we'll have to be careful of, because you get yourself down there to one of those points, you have to do some serious backtracking, and that's what I don't want to do. See, this is what I talked about, having to slide down some of these hills. It's really easy to lose your balance and just slide like that. That's why I'm trying to hold on to a rock while I slide. Oh, shit. You also fall like that, but I'll tell you what, it's a heck of a lot easier than coming up, so we'll just be careful. Just trying to look and see if there's an easy way through this stuff. I'm gonna try to avoid sliding because once you start, it's sometimes hard to stop. You gotta watch stuff like that. Holding on to bushes where applicable. All right. I'm gonna try to get down here to the bottom of this valley. Okay, be careful. Sliding, and there, made it. Now, at the bottom, it's the bottom of the valley. You can see how steep it was coming down that stuff. Let's press on and hope we don't come to any cliffs that we can't get past, because I did not bring the rope. Heavy underbrush. You can see this is why I like having a thick covered sleeve, because you brush up against these bushes. This really can scratch the heck out of your arms, but with these sleeves, it's really not that big a deal. My pants, I'm being careful too. I did spray it with bug repellent, tick spray before I came out, so hopefully insects aren't going to be a huge problem. They're usually not in this dry desert, but you can never be too safe. I just hope I'm going the right way. Any way down is the right way, I'm assuming, hopefully. If not, we'll just pull out the GPS. Oh, there's a hummingbird. See him? Checking us out, wondering what the hell we're doing here. He stopped just to check us out, and there he's going on his way. Maybe he thought we had food or something. Oh, there he goes. Alright, time for us to go too. This stuff is extremely rugged, and if I wasn't wearing thick clothes, it would be scratched. I'd be scratched up, especially on the arms. So I'm glad I have a shirt that's got thick arms. We're literally just tearing through bushes like this. But I'm not sure if it's any easier coming back the same way we came, because there's some really hefty rocks we had to climb over, and I just as soon avoid stuff like that for safety reasons. So stuff like this I can handle, but that other rocks, that's dangerous. And if I fall here, it's not that far down. Just trying to be safe about it. And it's slow going, but we'll make it. And worst case scenario, pull out the GPS and get our bearing. Looks like I can make it easier up there, hopefully. Remember how I told you I didn't want to come down a valley like this or a draw like this because it's easier going than being up there because sometimes lead to cliffs. Well, here's the cliff. And I don't think I can get down this easily. Once I'm down there, I think it's very doable. But I don't think I can get down this. It's just too big of a drop. That's about a 30 to 50 foot drop. Let me come down a little bit and I'll show you carefully. Yeah. There's simply no way. Could be a cave under there too. I suppose in an emergency I could slide down this and jump and probably make it. But this is not an emergency and I'm gonna play it safe. So I don't think it's feasible to go that way. I don't see an easy way around. So I'm gonna have to climb back up here and come back the same way we came and try to get back in this little valley and continue on. But yeah, this little cliff right here is exactly why, even though it looks easier, you don't want to follow little draws like this. So now it's time to backtrack a little. I'll tell you what, I think I can get right here and go along there carefully, or maybe over there carefully, and just get right down here back into this little valley. That's what I'm gonna try to do. I think that's the easiest thing to do right now. Because if we have to backtrack all the same way, it's possible to get ourselves in a survival situation because it'll take a long time to get back to come in the same way we came. But that's always a risk you take when you come out here. So what we're doing now is just trying to find a way down without having to navigate a sheer cliff. All right, it's extremely rugged, but this right here is going to be our path down. I think that's doable, all the way down towards the end. So that's what I'm going to try to do. Now I'm going back in the valley because I think there's a cliff right around this rock here. So I don't want to get myself into something I can't get myself out of. So yeah, I'm gonna carefully navigate down this. And I may do some sliding. And I can't tell if, you know what, I think I did come up this way. I can't really tell though. But yeah, here we go sliding. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did come this way. Can't tell for sure though. Man, that's some rugged stuff. I climbed up that. Wow, look at this. Yeah, I think we did climb up that. All right, well, let's keep going. Watching where I'm putting my foot so I don't lose my balance. Yeah, I did come this way. Remember that cactus right there. Well, I'm gonna do some sliding, obviously, so I'm just gonna make sure it's as controlled as possible. Holding on to some of these bushes for balance. And yeah, I'm gonna go straight over that way. Well, not straight, but very dangerous. But I'll tell you what, once we're in the washdown down there, it's gonna be smooth sailing. You're just getting down to it that's difficult. So yeah, I do remember coming up that. It was really rugged going up and just as rugged going down. So now what I think we're gonna do is where we came, is navigate diagonally over these rocks and just come down the same way we came, which is right over there. So that should be very doable. We have to be careful and watch our step and not lose balance, because it's very easy to slip and slide off of this stuff. But walking diagonally like this is fairly straightforward, as long as you don't lose your balance and lose your step. So I think we're gonna go up and over that tree, around over that way. So we're coming down, making progress. Here's a kind of a strange, disturbed area of dirt at the base of these rocks. So what I'm assuming is bighorn sheep are coming down here stepping off this rock and stepping right down here. I'm assuming those are hoof prints in there. And they're probably just continuing on down towards the bottom of the valley down there, which is where we're going. And here's that ledge. We kind of walked along on the way up, so I know we're going the right way. So I came along here, and around the other side of this somewhere is where we came up, and we should be able to go down the same way. So I had to be careful, watching out for cactuses, sharp rocks, low-hanging branches, and hopefully the snakes are in the ground and not out to bother us. Move this out the way. Oh shit. Sometimes you gotta just move nature aside without disturbing it too much. There we go. All right, onward. Here's another one of those strange kind of disturbed areas of rock. Yeah, that's my footprint there, but I'm wondering if Bigfoot and bighorn sheep are coming through here and just kind of taking a leap and landing right there to the same path, because animals typically take the same path all the time, and I'm wondering that's what's disturbing that area right there where the dirt is just bare, because you could see, you don't see bare dirt around here except for kind of right here. So I'm guessing this is an animal trail where we're on. It looks like we've reached a point where there's nothing but sheer cliffs surrounding us, but I know somewhere around here is the way down, because we definitely came up this way to this rock formation, that I remember. So somewhere around here there should be a way down. Just need to find where we came up and see if there's an easier way. Yeah, right here I think. Yeah, it's a long ways down. I think I just heard another gunshot. Way out in the distance. I don't see movement down there. But I'm gonna get out of the open just in case I don't get mistaken for an animal. If there is somebody down there shooting, I'll more than likely run into them on the way out. But I'm going to keep moving as long as we're inside of that valley, just in case somebody does have a rifle and mistakes us for sheep or something. Even though hunting is highly prohibited out here, poachers, you just never know. Yeah, we're gonna come right down along those rocks, that rock line there, and down to the bottom of this valley, and that'll get us into that wash. Alright, the wash we need to get to is right down there, so it's not too much further to go. I keep hearing gunshots. I may have heard 3 gunshots so far, and it may be a rock falling, it may be my imagination, there may be somebody down there shooting. And if that's the case, this is a strict no shooting area. It's a wildlife preserve, so if somebody's shooting down there, they're breaking the law. And to be honest, that's what I'm most worried about, is 2-legged predators, not 4-legged predators. So I'm going to be really careful. I don't see any movement down there. Hopefully nobody's down there. I'm hoping it was my imagination. That's precisely why we carry a firearm, because you just can't trust people. So we're going to try to navigate our way down the best we can. Once we get in that wash, like I said, it's not gonna say it's home free, but no more of this extreme stuff. It's just pretty much a downhill hike the whole way out of here. Just trying to navigate down some of this rock. It's bigger loose rock, so it's easier to navigate than the small slippery stuff like this right here. So we're just carefully trying to make our way from point A to point B and not lose our balance, not slip, not fall on cactus, and just gently, easily, safely make our way down. I'm gonna roll film because this is getting kind of ridiculous how slippery this stuff is. Shit. Oh, shit. I keep falling and slipping, and this stuff is almost vertical here. So I'm just looking for a place to put my foot and get a foothold. Crap, I think I may have come the wrong way. There's a cactus right there and a frickin' spider web in my face. Okay, let's get a look over here. Yeah, I've got to go around that way, I think, somehow, or down over here. Either way, we got to find a way down, and this rocky cliffs isn't going to cut it. This heavy backpack kind of throws me a little out of balance when I need it the most. So over here, yeah, I think I might be able to come down over here, but it's really rough and very easy to lose your balance. So just carefully. Oh. Okay, yeah, I did fall there. Oh well, I don't think I'm injured, just a little scratched. Picking sticks out of my clothes. Damn you, bush. Just try not to sustain any more injuries coming down. We are almost there. That's the frickin' wash right there. We're out of this crazy, insane vertical rock climbing, rock sliding stuff. And I think if I can get over that section of rocks there and just go straight down. It's not going to be easy, but we'll see. Hopefully I won't fall anymore. My boots are unbloused, my laces can usually be retied, and we're just slowly making our way through this stuff. If we don't fall on a cactus, I get speared by that stuff. That's where we got to go. To get over here, if we do have to slide the whole way down, that's fine. As long as we don't slide on a cactus. Danger everywhere. Okay, I am gonna have to slide. Dodge and catch the whole time. You ready? Let's do it. Sliding on my butt. Shit. Okay. Now, we literally have to navigate this section of rocks and we're done. Then it's just walking, not sliding. I don't think I've torn my pants, which is why I spent a little extra money on durable pants. So once I come down here, I'm gonna take off my pack, re-blouse my boots, check my gear, and make sure everything's okay, providing we don't fall and get hurt on the way down. So there, it's just a straight slide all the way, watching for cactuses. Shit. And there's a branch or something in my pants, I can feel it. But I can't get it now, because we're on the move. Shit. All right. Almost there. Almost there. Get a foothold behind this bush. 1 foot at a time. Rolling film the whole time, so hope you're enjoying this, because it's hard work. Almost there, almost there. Almost there. Shit. I couldn't imagine doing this in tennis shoes. That'd be ridiculous. Almost there. Almost to the bottom. And with a hop, skip, and a jump, we made it. Holy crap, look at that. Oh my God, it's break time. All right, went a wash, and there's where we just came down. That is some rough stuff. I do not want to do that again. Took a quick break here, rebloused the boots, retied the laces, cleaned all the brush out of our pants. A few minor injuries. I mean, nothing really major, nothing worth treating. And then now we're gonna head straight out to get out of here. But yeah, I'm glad that part was over. There's something silver in here, and it looks like a party balloon, which, yeah, I'm not gonna go in there, but you can see it's a foil party balloon. It's pretty much the only thing it could be. So, you see they drift out here, and you see them every now and then in the middle of nowhere because they just kind of drift with the air currents from parties in Las Vegas where people let them go or they just kind of get let go. So, coming through here again, you can see how hard these bushes are. They're very, very thick, and this shirt I have has extremely thick sleeves, you can see, which is just ideal for this kind of stuff. The chest area of this massive shirt that I have is, you can see, is kind of a light, almost neoprene or really light spandex material. So it's great for keeping you cool, but these sleeves are really heavy duty. So it really is ideal for hiking out here. And the sleeves keep your arms cooling out of the sun, even though there's no sun today. It's kind of a nice cloudy day, and the weather's actually perfect for hiking at these high elevations. So we're going to continue down this small draw until we get down to the main wash down there, and then it should be a straight shot over rough terrain, but all downhill to get out of here. Yep, same way we came. There's that umbrella somebody left here. I don't know why they left it here. It just hung right on a branch. I'm not going to take it. Onward towards the Black Gate. The hike out of here should be more or less like this. Uneven terrain, but for the most part downhill. The only thing that makes me nervous is if that was gunshots that I heard, there's somebody out here with a rifle that isn't supposed to be, and that makes me nervous. So I'm just keeping my eyes peeled, and hopefully nothing will happen. We'll just get back to the truck safely. But yeah, just continue forward, and much easier going downhill. Thankfully the sun hasn't come out yet. It's 11 a.m. and it's still somewhat overcast, but I know it's going to be hot this afternoon. So I can get back to the truck in an hour or so. It's noon. That'd be just fine. Here's what appears to be a dead rabbit. It looks like jackrabbit, maybe jackrabbit head's missing. I'm assuming a coyote was attacked by a coyote or a mountain lion. And what makes me wonder is, why didn't it take the whole animal? Why did it leave a carcass there? It's not a very big rabbit. Just goes to show you there are predators around here, two-legged or four-legged, which is why we always need to carry a firearm when you come out here, because you just never know. I don't see anything, but I'll tell you what, if there is a mountain lion out here, he'd be sitting right in that clump of bushes and I wouldn't even know it till he pounces. So I'm just gonna keep my eyes open. And that rabbit looks fresh, like within a few hours. So I'm gonna transfer the GoPro to my non-dominant left hand just in case I need my right hand available to pull my weapon in case something happens. That rabbit still had the blood looked fresh, and it's entirely possible an animal may have been eating it, and I scared it away. It could be in the area still. Coyote, mountain lion, or whatever else. I think those are two of the biggest predators out here. So it turns out the Black Gate isn't a gate at all. It's a narrow section of dark colored rocks. that kind of looks like it would be a gate. But yeah, this is what's it. Black Gate, and that's just why they call it Black Gate Canyon. So we're gonna go through this Black Gate and continue on and keep heading towards the truck. It's probably at least a mile or so, if not more, till we get there. Well, here's another bone. Can't really come out here, Desert National Wildlife Reserve, and not see a bone somewhere. Clearly it's an animal. I don't think it's a person bone, but it's very old. It's been here a long time, and that's what that rabbit we saw is gonna someday turn into, is just bones, because that's life. Here's something you don't see too often, a can. An old tin can. Can't even tell what kind it is. It's too heavily rusted, but it's been out here a while. You don't see a whole lot of trash out here, usually around mines and things like that, so maybe a hiker way back in the day, or who knows. But that's all I see. Other than that can and that kind of party balloon we saw earlier, I haven't seen any trash out here at all. People come out here, but not very many. So remember, if any of you come out to Black Gate Canyon and you see the SB in the middle of the path, take a picture, tag it on social media. That'll show you that's where I was. Let's continue on. More bones. They're all over the place out here. Just goes to show you that when an animal dies and the carcass sits in the sun, eventually that's what they become, just bones. All right, in between these two trees where I noticed the glove was missing, so somewhere out there, if we're lucky, we'll find where we dropped the glove. And it's brown, the same color as the desert, so I don't have my hopes up, but you never know, we may get lucky and find it. Hopefully we do, that'd be great. Otherwise, I'll just buy a new pair. So let's press on. We're almost to the truck, another mile or so. Still no glove. I figured I'd have a better chance of finding Kenny than I would of finding that glove. And come a little ways. I know I stopped here for a quick break by this tree, but I don't see the glove laying around, so. Well, it looks like it's probably going to be gone. But I'll just pick up another set. Just have one glove still. And this is the end of the trail right here. So just the other side of this hill is the truck. It's I got noon, almost exactly noon. So we've been out here for about 5 hours. 6 miles, 6.4 miles on the tracker. Black Gate Canyon, hope you enjoyed it, had a good time out there. Right out there is the Jomay Valley, so 3 miles up that direction is the Kenny Veach mine. No way in heck I'd be able to do it right now after hiking 6 miles. That's crazy. But I do have some expeditions planned out there. There's a few more points of interest I'd like to see and I'd like to show you. So if you like what you saw today, subscribe. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. My name is Steve. These are my Vegas adventures.